My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I must inform you that I do not live in this house by myself, but live here with other people. Sometimes other members of the household may have to walk through areas where I might be recording with other family members on the phone. If you hear any noise like that, please feel free to disregard. We are doing our best to get noise-canceling equipment, which may at least keep you from hearing exactly what is being said. Thank you for considering. Got on here right now to say that after I decided I was going to finalize the series, I kind of looked back over and thought about that scripture reference and realized that things were not complete like I thought they were. Of course, here was how the creatures came out once they were finished, but it came back to my memory that the creatures had little human hands, and I cut a couple of pieces out of cherry and walnut scraps from which to make the hands, and they also had little calves' feet and straight legs. So I got a couple of scraps together from walnut and cherry with which to do that. They're very tiny scraps though, so we're going to make a little annex part as we go over that part of the series as well.
As I went over that last part of the video I just recorded, I realized that I needed my glove and my thumb protector. Had to look over this way to find the glove, and luckily the thumb protectors were right here in the thing. But think for a moment we're probably not going to really do much carving into the hands, but that was probably a mistake to put all this on because we don't need all that to sand. So I'd say that we're going to move this down a little bit and let you all kind of see what's going on here, and maybe kind of try to get things centered up so it's kind of a simple vision to see. But here we go. We're going to try to kind of sand about this little piece of a hand here and work about how this is going to be its own little go about here, and just kind of put things where we know they're going to exist to be. So I say that it was like these little hands can kind of have a little special effect to us, and kind of like have the little work in them to do what they do, I say, and kind of like have a little sanding along to go here and put a little faith in our work. I say that this is just kind of like one thing we have that we work about just to kind of make things fair and simple. And I say that there's going to be a little way we'll kind of take care about this. So I say that maybe there's not too much sanding we need to do, maybe only a grit or two, but we're going to make sure we kind of get these hands so all the saw marks are out of the scrap, and kind of get them in place just for where they're going to need to be, and then kind of like just see how a little smoothly we can make a thing or two come out here. Think I'm going to try to sand this other little cherry hand as well, and maybe even to that matter come back around to these walnut hands a little later. And I'd say as for today, things got busy enough that I decided that I'd kind of work on some laundry upstairs and kind of have it up in the machine being washed while I'm kind of down here recording this video. And so there's going to be things that at later times are going to have to be checked on once again when we kind of get around to really doing them, and then just kind of working the hand to make it so it's going to be a little special soul of a creature that reaches out and takes us to our little old captive spot, and kind of like, you know, oh, the work is just kind of seeing a way to us. And when we kind of get things where they're sanded in good place, I tell you all that this is just kind of like a special work that we have doing like this right in our hands to kind of make things so they're going to be a special work to come along, make ways to us. Oh, I see, I say, and come along with all this, I say, just kind of working along. This is where we finally get a hand put in place, and take the little walnut hands as well to go on the other creature. And I've already kind of tried attaching them a little bit, holding them up just to kind of see how they do. Think they seemed like they did just fine with the creature. Since there were 4 of these creatures altogether in the prophecy, I think it'll probably be nice to make another 2 later, but I'd say for what we got now, this is just getting us where we can be off to the best start of it all. And there could always come times when, over a little time, we might even forget exactly how we did them. If we ever have to make any more wheels within wheels, we might even use different woods, but it's not going to matter too much, as it really comes down to what it's really going to be, because these are all just little neat things we have in our lives and ways. And I tell you all that there's just some stuff that's going to be worth a lot just to kind of come to a museum and look at someday. I say that for this time, I'm going to see what grit this is. This is probably maybe an 80 grit, I guess, but good enough for just a little piece of wood like this is. So kind of work a little ways along that, kind of like put the little note in what we have to kind of surface what we do. And I say, just kind of put a little line into the hand, put a little work inside of there, and just kind of do the sweet little things we have. And so I say, this is just kind of like, oh, a little joy in our work, in our hands, in our feelings. Oh, I say that this is just kind of what it comes down to when it's being made to depict a Bible prophecy. Because I've seen different ideas of how these creatures were made, and seen different pictures on the internet as to how they kind of did them, and come down to where we're kind of getting rid of all these lines in the wood, all these little freaking saw marks, and kind of get it where it's going to last a little while longer. I say, kind of try to get a little specialty in. And so come along, work little ideas into the wood, see how it's gonna last. I say that's probably just maybe enough for a little sanding now, and I'd say that maybe for now, I mean, these little cow's feet pieces are so tiny it wouldn't be necessary to sand them. So I say of all things that I was in McLeod's coffee house yesterday showing these pieces of work. People thought it was so neat. All the little things I share, all the little things I do, all the little things I find ways to put out there. I say that even went out this morning to get blood drawn for my risperidone and took care of that very well, managed it very well. It went pretty well and got through it okay. Not one of my favorite things to do, but I say, you know, we manage it all right. Just kind of have to do a little work, relaxation, maybe get these two creatures finished in the next few days. Shouldn't take long to do, but all I say is that I appreciate those of you who come on to watch. You mean a lot. It means a lot what you say, a lot what you do. Thank you so much.
And last but not least, just want to show you all a little thing of what the hands probably come out like when they get their first sanding here. That's what I wanted to show for this little point in the video. So thank you all again for coming on. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned.